Welcome to Morning Joan, the podcast where we dish out the latest news and gossip from the world of entertainment. I'm your host, Joan, and I'm so glad you're joining me today. As we start this new day, let's dive right into some exciting news. You know how much we love our British imports here on the show, and today we've got a story that combines the best of both worlds, theater and television. Joe Locke, the talented young actor from Netflix's hit series Heartstopper, is set to make his London West End debut in a new play called Clarkston. Written by Samuel D. Hunter, the acclaimed playwright behind the Oscar-winning film, The Whale, Clarkston tells the story of two men who form an unlikely friendship while working at a Costco in rural America. As they embark on a journey of self-discovery, they draw inspiration from the famous explorers, Lewis and Clark. It's a beautiful story about love, friendship, and finding your place in the world. Joe Locke will be starring alongside Ruaridh Mollica and Sophie Melville in this production, which is set to open in London's West End this fall. And let me tell you, I am beyond excited to see how this talented young cast brings this story to life on stage. Now, I know what you're thinking. What about Heartstopper? Don't worry, fans. Joe Locke will still be reprising his role as Charlie Spring in the popular Netflix series. But it's great to see him taking on new challenges and pushing himself as an actor. The production of Clarkston is being presented by Oliver Roth and Oldie Entertainment, who have a long history of producing acclaimed stage productions and films. With a talented cast, a beautiful story, and a top-notch production team, this play is sure to be a hit. And that's not all, folks. We'll be keeping an eye on Joe Locke's career as he continues to take the entertainment world by storm. From his breakout role in Heartstopper to his upcoming debut in Clarkston, this young actor is one to watch. We'll be right back with more tea on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, darlings. I hope you're all ready to dive into the world of taxes because, sweetheart, it's about to get real. Now, I know what you're thinking, Joan. Why are we talking about taxes on a fabulous show like yours? And my response is, well, someone's got to make sense of this mess, and it might as well be me. So let's get into it. The new tax bill, dubbed the One Big Beautiful Bill, has been making waves with its various deductions and exemptions. And, honey, I've got the tea on two of them that you need to know about. First up, we have the exemption for overtime pay in the film industry. Now I know some of you are thinking, Joan, this doesn't apply to me. But hear me out, because it's actually quite fascinating. For 2025-2028, there's an above-the-line deduction for overtime pay if you're an employee. The pay is required by federal law, and your employer reports it on your W-2. The catch. It's capped at $12,500 per year for single filers and $25,000 for joint returns, and it phases out for taxpayers with income over $150,000 for single filers and $300,000 for joint return. And then there's the new car loan tax deduction. Oh, joy. Because who doesn't love a good car loan? This one applies to interest on loans taken out on qualified passenger vehicles used for personal travel, with final assembly in the United States. The vehicles must be purchased between 2025 and 2028, and it only applies to new vehicles, not used ones. The deduction is capped at $10,000 in interest each year, but it decreases as your income increases. Now, I know some of you are thinking, Joan, this all sounds very complicated. And you're right, it is. But don't worry, I've got a team of experts who can help you navigate these waters. Or, at the very least, I have Google. In all seriousness, though, these deductions and exemptions can make a big difference for some people. So if you're in the film industry or planning to buy a new car, it's worth doing your research and consulting with a tax professional. And that's the tea on taxes for today, folks. Stay tuned for today's last cup of tea, right here on Morning Joan. Welcome back to Morning Joan, everyone. We've got a fun closing segment for you today. I know some of you out there are crossword enthusiasts, and if that's the case, you're in luck because we're talking about the New York Times Mini Crossword puzzle. Now, I'm not exactly what you'd call a puzzle expert, but I do love a good challenge. So, let's dive right in. Today's 90 Mini Crossword clues and answers for Thursday, July 10th are out, and our friends over at Forbes have got the scoop. The puzzle is a 5x5 grid, and if you're stuck, don't worry, we've got some hints and answers to help you out. Now, I have to say, I did try my hand at solving it, And let's just say it was a bit of a struggle. But hey, that's all part of fun, right? The first clue is breakfast sandwich option, and the answer is nah. Bacon. Who doesn't love a good bacon sandwich? Moving on, we've got from way back when, with the answer roll. And then there's like much toothpaste, which is minty. I mean, who doesn't associate minty freshness with toothpaste? It's like a match made in heaven. Now, let's talk about the down clues. We've got party game with accusations from villagers, which is mafia. And then there's total legends with the answer icons. I love that one. It's so straightforward. The rest of the answers are Indy for the Pacers, Nolt for the actor, Nick on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Bomb for failing at stand-up comedy. Ouch, that one's a bit of a burn. So, how did you all do with today's puzzle? Did you find it tricky or was it a breeze? Let me know on social media. I'd love to hear from you. And that's all for today's Morning Joan. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay fabulous. Don't forget to keep those minds sharp and those wits about you. We'll see you all tomorrow with another exciting episode of Morning Joan. Bye for now.